Hi, everyone. I want to give you an up-to-the-date report on our weather. It's the midnight hour, and here's what's going on. The flood watch, which is in effect right now until early tomorrow morning, we're starting to see some brighter colors showing you where the heavier rain is make its way into our area around portions of Warren County and Hunterdon County. Everybody else, though, it's still pretty light out there. A couple of little specks of moderate rain in Orange County, maybe Putnam, northern Westchester County. This is the big show, okay? Back around Williamsport, central Pennsylvania. That's what we're watching. Again, in our area, here's what you're looking at. Pushing towards Netcong, a little bit north of Bridgewater. We've got a pretty good cell right here. Also around Stroud, making its push in toward Sussex County. It's just starting to kick in. We believe this is going to become more enhanced as we go through the overnight hours, and I'll try to show you what it is that we're looking at. Now, when you watch the projection right now, all right, it looks as if everything's going to be going, just watch it. Looks like it's all going north of New York City, so it would be more affecting our northern suburbs. The reason I cannot commit to that 100%, I want to show you what we're all watching and what the National Weather Service is watching as well. See how we're starting to see a few more of these little specks of yellows pick up here, few right here. All right, this is starting to fill in a bit, so we're going to watch that. All right, if that fills in, that would be affecting more areas south of New York City. But the key player here is going to be this tail end of the front, okay, way down here into Tennessee. At 11 p.m. tonight, this had sparked a tornado warning. Whoa, look at that. We're back to a tornado warning as we speak. It's now made its way into that little western edge there of North Carolina. There's twist in this portion of the storm, and this is moving in our direction. You can see how that would be moving as well. All right, that does affect areas south of New York City, and because of that, the National Weather Service has bumped up that risk for severe weather in those areas south of the city. Shaded in yellow is a 20% risk. The area shaded in green, which includes, the metro areas of New York City, that's a 10% risk. But here within this yellow shading, you also have a 5% risk for a tornado. It's a 2% chance north of that. So this is the type of weather that you got to give some credence to. Even though right now it's not so bad, it's just sort of starting up, this will be an event that takes place overnight tonight. I hope more than anything it continues on that northeast push with even a little bit more northeast and steers clear of our area. That's what I hope, and that's what you should be hoping for as well. We just can't guarantee that. In fact, some of these numbers are just impressive enough that we have to say, hey, we are on red alert because of this, because there's the chance. A 5% risk for a tornado in our area. You've been with me long enough to know that that's not a common percentage that we show. If anything, we show 2%. We don't often show 5%. That is what's out there. And we're already seeing twist in the atmosphere. You see that right there? That's a tornado warning in portions of North Carolina. So this low pressure system moves through, then the front moves through. So you may very well find that you get rough weather tonight with some heavy downpours out there. And the biggest threat is going to be some flooding, okay, but the possibility for severe weather also. But then I can see us catching a break sometime after the morning commute. And it's not going to be until tomorrow night that this front comes in and gives us another spark of what could be some heavy weather out there. So the time frame for the red alert is from right now until about 6 a.m. I think that's the window for the heaviest weather. It may be extended a little bit beyond 6 a.m. Several rounds of strong, if not severe storms move in, flooding rains and some damaging winds, and you can't rule out that chance for some twist in the atmosphere. So let's watch how we see it on the computer models. Now, this computer model, it's going to be a brand new run that you and I are looking at because of the hour. So 12 o'clock, this is brand new information. Let's watch how this progresses. It's initializing pretty good. It's maybe a little bit farther to the east than it is right now. Remember, I was showing you out around Hunterdon County, getting ready to move into Sussex County. Well, this computer model shows it already into Sussex County. So let's recognize that. It's maybe a little off on its timing, but let's watch how it progresses. So here we are showing 3 a.m. Now you're seeing more bouts of red. The red shows you the real heavy rain out there. And again, this can bring about those flooding conditions. But it's still, for the most part, it's New York City and points north. How about filling in south of the area? And let's see what happens here. Still not really see it making a big impact on Monmouth and Ocean County. But boy, is it putting some heavy rain down. Look at some of these cells that are offshore. That pink color, that's like colossal rain at 2 inches an hour, maybe even more than that. So this is pretty widespread coverage north of New York City. New York City and points north at 5 a.m. Now you're getting ready for your morning commute, 6 a.m. A couple of those cells are still around the city, but really the heavier stuff is now east of New York. But it's still there, and by, say, 10:30, it's basically done with a couple of light little showers out there. Then I want you to remember what we talked about, that front coming through late tomorrow night. I think it's going to be, say, 8, 9, 10 o'clock, you'll see bouts of heavy rain kick in again. Maybe not as widespread, but look at the numbers we're talking about here. And this is the HER model, and this is pretty much in line with most of the models we're looking at. So let's discuss these numbers. Wherever you see that flash of red, that's a 2 to 4 inch range. And this is showing 3.2 in Morristown, showing 2 inches in New York City, 1.9 Sparta. But notice the numbers south of New York City, where we're really on alert for the possibility of tornadoes and the most severe weather, showing smaller numbers because this particular model does not pick up on the tail end of that front sweeping through the area. This is the HER model. Now let me pull up the IBM graph. Kind of similar, right? This is a brand new update. It's basically showing New York and north with the bigger numbers, smaller numbers to the south. All right, but we've got to understand that I would not think, okay, I live in Belmar, I'm only seeing 1/10 of an inch of rain. I wouldn't commit to that 100% yet, although we're seeing some good models represent the opposite of that. They are showing it in New York and north. And look, this is showing a big swath of 4.5 inches around Brentwood, 2.4 for Riverhead. It shows a 1/2 inch for New York City, 1.8 for Newton, New Jersey, 1.7 out around Montauk. When I look at the 7-day forecast, and I'll wrap it up here for you right now, that red alert stays in effect for the potential. All right, this is not a guarantee. Now, I know the National Weather Service is out there and they're bumping up some pretty good numbers for the tornado threat. They're also saying the severe weather threat is up to 20%. But I don't think it's going to be for everybody, but I do think the possibility is there to get hit with some strong storms tonight. That red alert is until tomorrow morning. Right now, we're saying until about 6 a.m. I think you might want to extend that by an hour or two. Then I do think there will be a lull. Then you could get some isolated but potentially strong cells in the nighttime as the front does pass through the area. Thursday looks to be a good-looking day. Friday looks to be a good-looking day. Saturday, Sunday. And you know what? You know what is interesting here? Man, if I had my eraser, I would do it right now. Something happens after we go past midnight with all my computer models. Everything updates to the next day. So all I can tell you, I'm asking you just to bear with me because this is fun with computers on live TV. This Wednesday is Tuesday. Again, my graphics updated, the information has not. So that is Tuesday. This is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's one day off. Your tough day will be especially the first half of Tuesday. Then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday look to be pretty good looking days out there. There is a chance for some rain on Friday, but right now that's running at a 30% chance. I'm sorry for a little bit of a mishap with the computers, but once you get past the midnight hour, everything reboots itself. So I appreciate your understanding, and hopefully we talked you through it. Right now, we are watching some strong storms move in, and we do think they can overspread the area. I think your initial brunt is going to be from New York City and points north, but let's keep our let's stay aware for the areas south of New York City. Let's keep our eyes open, but I know a lot of you are getting ready for bed. So again, let's stay safe here, play it smart, and that's going to do it for me, guys. Have a good night.